sans activité. Des chiffres montrent. Nouvelle règle cet après-midi dans l'Essonne, et qu'une vingtaine de jeunes à Évry, l'un d'eux a été blessé, mais son pronostic vital n'est pas engagé.
France Info. C'est une qui semble sans fin, avec des rebondissements perpétuels après les Alpes-Maritimes et Dunkerque sous cloche à partir de demain pour le week-end. 20 départements sont maintenant sous la menace d'un confinement local, scruté avec la plus grande attention par le gouvernement, placé sous surveillance renforcée. Annonce de Jean Castex pendant une conférence de presse cet après-midi. Le Premier ministre qui veut tout faire pour éviter un reconfinement.
Avec le président de la République, nous avons souhaité le mois dernier nous donner tous les moyens d'éviter un nouveau confinement que nous avions envisagé fin janvier sur la base de projections qui nous prédisaient une dégradation rapide et brutale de la situation. Cette décision s'est avérée la bonne. Elle nous a permis de gagner du temps. Or, ce temps est précieux car chaque jour, nous avons un peu plus de personnes vaccinées. Et pendant ce temps, notre activité économique ne s'est pas effondrée. Nos commerces ont pu rester ouverts, nos enfants ont pu aller à l'école grâce aux efforts de tous. Nous avons, pendant plusieurs semaines, réussi à stabiliser l'épidémie. C'est une réussite collective. J'entends également certains appeler à un confinement dur et immédiat dans l'espoir de nous débarrasser une bonne fois pour toutes du virus. 4 semaines et puis on est débarrassé. Malheureusement, notamment en raison de la propagation des variants, c'est loin d'être aussi simple. Un confinement peut être nécessaire, mais il n'est jamais anodin. Le confinement est ainsi un levier auquel nous devons recourir quand on ne peut pas faire autrement. Il faut faire pour le retarder, pour laisser à la vaccination le temps de produire des effets.
Et pourtant, ce confinement, il y en a certains qui plaident pour qu'il soit instauré de manière assez dure à partir de maintenant, et ce pour 3 semaines. C'est en tout cas ce que demande le premier adjoint à la mairie de Paris, Emmanuel Grégoire. Bonsoir Jean-François Akili.
Bonsoir Sophie.
Éditorialiste politique à France Info. C'est donc cette décision radicale reconfiner Paris. C'est Emmanuel Grégoire qui appelle à reconfiner Paris pour 3 semaines.
Le premier adjoint Denis Pellegault remet de façon spectaculaire, c'était sur France Info, remet en cause cette stratégie de gestion de crise sanitaire nouvelle d'Emmanuel Macron, qu'a détaillé, et c'était très intéressant de réécouter cet extrait de Jean Castex, qu'a détaillé le Premier ministre. Qu'est-ce qu'il nous dit, Jean Castex? Qu'au fond, eh bien, il n'y croit plus à l'exécutif, au gouvernement. Emmanuel Macron n'en veut plus. Cette chape de plomb que nous avons connue l'année dernière pendant des mois et qui coûtera si cher à ce pays, que ce soit sur un plan économique ou pour le moral des Français. Et le gouvernement a choisi, Emmanuel Macron a choisi, eh bien, ce confinement à la carte, à bon escient, a dit le Premier ministre. Et ce que dit Emmanuel Grégoire, c'est une forme de contradiction spectaculaire donc de la stratégie dictée par le chef de l'État, puisque lui, au fond, il pousse quelque part les préconisations de certains scientifiques et de certains médecins, notamment ceux qui sont en première ligne dans les services de réanimation, qui disent souvent, eh bien, confinons une bonne fois pour toutes. Il y a une forme de contradiction. Le politique avait repris eh bien, la main sur les scientifiques. Désormais, il y a un politique, c'est le premier adjoint d'Anne Hidalgo qui, de manière vraiment incroyable ce soir, met sur la table cette hypothèse d'un reconfinement dur. Soisigbourg, j'ajoute qu'il n'y a pas forcément de contradiction quand Jean Castex avance ce confinement à la carte sur ces 20 départements concernés. Il y a peut-être une critique qui pourrait être émise sur pourquoi attendre une semaine, là où nous savons eh bien, que le virus galope, ce qui peut-être pourrait provoquer des confinements plus rapides pour en finir une bonne fois pour toutes. Il y a là vraiment une remise en cause ce soir de cette stratégie à la carte qui pourtant ne plaît pas forcément à l'opinion publique.
Jean-François Akili, éditorialiste politique à France Info. Merci beaucoup et bonsoir Caroline Cagneux. Merci d'être en ligne avec nous. Sur France Info, vous êtes la maire d'hiver droite de Beauvais, vous êtes aussi présidente de la Fédération Ville de France. Votre département fait donc partie de la liste l'Oise. Est-ce que vous y attendez?
Réunion, même si la situation est variable dans le département. Parce que Beauvais et le Beauvaisis sont moins touchés à l'instant que je vous parle que d'autres villes comme Creil ou comme le bassin créois. Néanmoins, moi je voudrais saluer le fait que le proposé par le Premier ministre soit territorialisé justement en fonction de la situation locale. Et de nombreux élus le souhaitent, un peu à l'image de ce qui se passe, ce qui s'est passé à Nice et à Dunkerque. Je crois qu'il y a des situations très différentes en fonction des territoires et qu'il faut pouvoir les affiner au plus près dans un sens ou dans l'autre en lien avec les élus locaux. Et pas plus tard que ce soir, moi j'ai eu ma préfète au téléphone pour aborder le problème.
Donc pour vous, c'est pas une demi-mesure?
C'est une mesure de vigilance, c'est une mesure d'attente pour apparemment fixer les choses en fin de semaine prochaine, mais je pense que le couple maire-préfet sur lequel souhaite s'appuyer le Premier ministre est le bon niveau pour décider. Et d'ailleurs, nous avons monté des réunions d'échange et d'information quasi quotidiennes avec la préfète, mais avec aussi le directeur de l'hôpital pour faire le point de la situation.
Et alors justement, quelle est la situation dans votre département? Est-ce que vous, votre souhait, ce serait justement de confiner localement comme ce qu'il y a eu à Dunkerque et dans les Alpes-Maritimes, ou au contraire éviter un confinement local? Parce qu'il va y avoir, vous en parliez, cette concertation avec les élus dans une semaine.
Écoutez, comme je vous le disais au début de mon propos, la moyenne d'incidence de loi, c'est 450, la commune d'à côté c'est 300, mais bon, c'est 170, donc ça me paraît parfaitement justifié de ne pas, je vais dire, mettre tout le monde dans la même situation. Maintenant, la priorité, c'est évidemment de protéger la santé des habitants du Beauvaisis, et je me rangerai à toute décision prise par le préfet pour respecter cet objectif.
Alors l'Oise, c'est là où le premier foyer épidémique a été détecté, à KPT en Val-Ouest, il y a un an. Quelle est la situation dans le département aujourd'hui? Alors on en a un peu parlé, mais quels enseignements vous avez pu tirer de cette crise? Depuis, on imagine que le département a changé de dimension.
Here in Toronto, it's known that these international boundaries don't mean shit because the Toronto Police Internet Child Exploitation ICE Squad,
aujourd'hui, moi je peux comprendre la lassitude des habitants et même des Français, je dirais, en général, parce que tout le monde la comprend et tout le monde la ressent, mais je pense qu'aujourd'hui, il faut redoubler de vigilance, il faut absolument faire les derniers efforts de vigilance et justement de ne pas enfreindre les règlements, de rentrer chez soi à 6 heures, de respecter les gestes barrières, de télétravailler, ce que nous faisons à Beauvais et dans le Beauvais. Et puis surtout, alors moi ce que je pense, c'est qu'il y a une urgence à vacciner le plus largement possible pour résister, pour que nos territoires et que nos habitants soient protégés le plus rapidement possible.
Et c'est ce qu'a annoncé le Premier ministre avec une accélération de la vaccination. Merci beaucoup, en tout cas Caroline Cailleux, maire d'hiver droite de Beauvais, présidente de la Fédération Ville-de-France, d'avoir été avec nous dans le 21h minutes.
60-40 instead of 50-50. No!
It's not that they can see that, but when they run their stupid scripts, it always resets. Nouvelles compétences, nouveaux emplois, handicap et numérique, quelles opportunités?
Un événement France Info.
I'm gonna be using a $50 fucking electronic device in my house. If I cared about it being bugged or tapped, that's stupid. To buy it off the internet, shipped to my house. I'm sure there won't be any bugs in it. No, obviously don't give a fuck, right?
France Info, 21h minuit, Soisigbourg.
La décision contre l'Écosse dimanche est reportée à une date ultérieure. Trop de cas de Covid dans l'effectif. On en parle après le fil info, 22h50, François Lepage.
Il pourrait suivre l'exemple de Nice et Dunkerque dès la fin de semaine prochaine. 20 départements sont désormais placés en surveillance renforcée face à la remontée épidémique due au variant anglais. Toute l'Île-de-France, une grande partie de Haute-France et de Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur, mais aussi le Rhône, la Drôme, la Moselle, la Meurthe-et-Moselle et l'Eure-et-Loire. Le variant anglais qui représente désormais à peu près la moitié des cas positifs sur le territoire. Concernant concernant la vaccination, celle pour les 65-75 ans sera ouverte d'ici avril. Par ailleurs, la totalité des personnes de plus de 50 ans se sont vues proposer une première injection d'ici la mi-mai. Plutôt qu'un confinement week-end, la mairie de Paris, elle propose ce soir de confiner totalement la capitale pendant 3 semaines. Le premier adjoint Emmanuel Grégoire l'a annoncé sur France Info tout à l'heure, avec comme perspective de tout rouvrir à son issue, y compris bars, restaurants et lieux culturels, en respectant les barrières sanitaires. Le commissariat de Sarcelles dans le Val-d'Oise est pour cible ce soir par une trentaine de personnes. Ils s'en sont pris au bâtiment à l'aide de projectiles et de mortiers d'artifice. Durant une demi-heure environ, personne n'a été blessé. 6 personnes ont été interpellées. Le feu est désormais maîtrisé. Un impressionnant incendie ce soir dans un entrepôt de stockage de peinture et de solvants, ce qui explique les nombreuses explosions. Le Roborex a été envoyé à l'intérieur. Il avait été utilisé lors de l'incendie de Notre-Dame de Paris. Le football avec les 16e de finale, retour de la Ligue Europa et l'élimination ce soir de Lille, encore battu 2-1 par l'Ajax à Amsterdam.
France Info.
I usually open up a second tab and put it on the other side of the screen just in case I fuck up the radio. So I'll go to that tab instead of trying to open SoundCloud, because if it tries to open SoundCloud, there's a good chance it'll crash. Stupid little computer.
Hier, tout le monde réuni en même temps sur le terrain. Il s'agit donc maintenant d'endiguer la propagation de l'épidémie. Alors dès ce matin, la fédération a mis tout le monde à l'isolement, chacun dans sa chambre, même pour le déjeuner. Bien sûr, tous les entraînements, toutes les activités ont été annulées. Même la visioconférence prévue cet après-midi avec les journalistes n'a pu se tenir. Impossible dans ces conditions d'imaginer bien évidemment la tenue d'un match dimanche, surtout que de nouveaux cas positifs pourraient apparaître dans les jours à venir après justement l'entraînement collectif d'hier. Précisons que l'identité du joueur testé positif ce matin n'a pas été dévoilée. Et maintenant, Fanny, un autre...
When the long gunshot ceases, I'm ready for the pop stop. There's this motherfucking cop, yo, stressing my only. Listen, no, in case you don't know me, it's maybe only true. Not the only, I still kill and take me away. Without a proper cause that you would barely play. They love to see a motherfucker like me in chains, cause they don't like my look or my style. They pulling me over cause they think I'm wild. If you look,
this person said live with them, that's slime. So all last night, well, from like midnight to 6, whenever the fuck I was sitting here. I divide the day into 4 quarters.
Niggas play the part. Play. Push your start. In Jamaica, Auntie
6 to 12 is morning, 12 to 6 is afternoon, 6 to midnight is like evening slash night, whatever you want to call it. And midnight to 6 is over.
Mama love my niggas.
The point is, every time before I got to the point of picking up my phone to start plotting out what I'm trying to do around here, everything resets, the audio cuts out. So I've seen the tabs get closed. Let's see, I'm even shit to listen. About a week ago, a couple times I've seen this, a couple times. The whole video screen goes black, camera gone. If I remember correctly, the light turned off. But YouTube thinks we're still live.
Getting the make-off and shake-off, some Nicolas Cage, and that's your face-off. Reefing ghost rider, the motorcycle on fire.
The classic component of denial of service. And I use these 2 terms, I don't know if they're official, but time of day attack and any port in a storm. They're scattering the data packets at every port. that they think might be getting used by my system.
So
that's why it'll stop the SoundCloud, then it'll stop the radio, and then I'll get to notice from YouTube that we're offline. Like it'll go from one to the next to the next. You just deduce it, just watch it. Remember, the computer is not so fast that it can process all this shit fast enough to do what they want.
I don't got one flavor. I be shooting what you running for, got a gun on you, so you much greater. All I know is tying niggas up. If you run in their crib, got a duct tape.
Protocol. Some of those data packets are going to end up getting ignored or lost.
Pussy boy better stay low. I got a halo, ready, brave soul. Money bags, I make dope in that yo. I got pesos.
Restart the machine.
I let it make hoes.
It shuts down, then starts up again. So with these Android things, they'll start up with a static logo, and then it'll switch to an animated logo once it gets going. I've seen this go straight to the animated logo. No shutdown, no pause, no startup, just straight to the animated logo. That happens several times. Bearing in mind, I've been using this for 2 years. It'll run for months at a time, no problem. Aside from specific weird messages and Russian social networking platforms. You guys are so good, they're getting so pissed off, they've resorted to leaving messages in the chat. Then their genius move is to retract the message. YouTube won't see it. Like the admin won't see it. Why did this guy retract all the messages in a row? And they're using Google Translate to turn their slang words into other languages, but it doesn't translate. It just comes up as the original word in what they're copying and pasting them.
Send a Lambo with a Honda, let's get it.
I'm supposed to get upset when they're calling me things I'm not. So. Not long ago, on 2 different occasions, because there's a huge hang time problem for these people.
You're gonna make it.
So I reach for the button as if I'm pressing it, and I yell click. But because they're trying to predict that 8-second ping time, the track magically skipped. We did that 2 days in a row. I don't remember that video. I don't know if there's audio. I don't fucking know. I don't bother checking because I don't care that much. If you have any problems, I'll just make another one more.
Take medications that make me tired and also sore. I never asked for this, it just kinda came. Now I'm trying to make money, I'm after the pain. Kids blame me for everything that went bad. My dad was an alcoholic, he drank till he passed. Now I'm living close to death.
Y'all said me never did I want you. Oh Lord, me
Look at Mark and Donald Trump.
There's got to be something.
Welcome to the KPT show. Now sit your ass the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Get the gas mask, gas mask. Funky rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Lucky army is everlasting.
I know I shouldn't have the audio running at the same time, but I know. But I have to hear it or I don't know how to cut it out. This stupid little thing here at the bottom.
When I hit the stage, drinks hit the coasters, women packed all the way to the 3rd row. We ain't in the strip club.
No, they were hackers. Wouldn't they log into my accounts and delete my shit? Wouldn't they like steal money from my bank account or send a weird email to somebody? Or wouldn't they do shit like that if they were hackers?
Like a pimp bitch. Yeah, I'm running game with a limp bitch. The big dog gonna teach you some tricks, bitch. Get out there, catch a date and stack my chips, bitch.
These rappers, where your ass at? You was last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting.
The future, track bruisers. Cut the beat in the back of the cruiser. Fuck the game up. All my Kama Sutra. In my Red Rover, I will run right through ya. Growl on the mic like a beast should. Go hard on the beat, things in Eastwood. Walk on water, everybody knew we would. Written in the scriptures, scholars knew we could. On my own, Julius Caesar. Take away my world, I only need her.
I put the local time in 24-hour format earlier, didn't I? That was correct. It was 1,400 hours local time, but that's not the time I meant to put it. I've done that a couple times.
Hit the gas mask, let me pass that. 1 rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Lucky our music is everlasting.
Doses, I brag the mostest, cause I spit it hotter than toasters. Check my name out on all the posters. When I hit the stage, drinks hit the coasters. Women packed all the way to the third row. We ain't in the strip club, but call it Purbo. I don't know what you heard, ho. I'ma tell you straight, baby. I'm a surf pro, running game like a pimp bitch. Yeah, I'm running
what they would
game
do
like
if I
a
planted like 100 beef plants and right on the corner there by the nuclear fuel rod place.
Get out there, catch a date and stack my chips, bitch.
Hit the gas mask, let me pass that. 1 rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting.
In the future, track bruisers. Cut the beat in the back of the cruiser. Fuck the game up, Kama Sutra. In my Red Rover, I will run right through ya. Growl on the mic like a beast should. Go hard on the beat, things in Eastwood. Walk on water, everybody knew we would. Written in the scriptures, scholars knew we could. On my own, Julius Caesar. Take away my world, I only need her. What you coming? Only wanna be heard. The phoenix shall rise on my return. Get the gas mask when we spark that.
How much was it?
I think we parked that.
Hit the gas mask, let me pass that. 1 rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting. Hit the gas mask, let me pass that. 1 rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting.
I know Coco, so loco. Whoop, whoop, no popo. Yeah, don't know. I'm so slow, go so slow. In the low, twisting like Coco. Oh no.
Sunshine, highs near 3 degrees, which is seasonal. And then Friday night, overnight, we've got periods of snow, changing the rain for Saturday. Your guaranteed high today, 0. 680 News.
It was supposed to be minus 10. On Monday, they said tonight will be minus 10. Did they? This is why I do that. This is one of the. This is the whole thing I'm doing.
Helping to stem the tide. The variants could soon make up 4 in 10 new cases.
680's Phil Martino joins us live with the latest film.
So,
A
Jana,
generation
Dr.
from now, they'll be
co-chair
happy
of
this
Ontario
shit
Science and
was
Advisory
logged
Group
by
says the latest
somebody.
modeling numbers show a decline in cases and a slowing in hospitalizations and ICU occupancy.
Thousands of fucking
But areas of
podcasts to find
concern
the ones that
continue to
matter.
spread across Ontario, which means cases, hospitalizations, and ICU admissions will likely soon increase. He stresses the next few weeks are critical.
They have automatic hand washers in Kinshasa, but we don't have them here.
Especially with schools open.
Think about that.
We also need time to roll out vaccines.
It's not that you can't wash
The
your
next few
hands.
weeks will
This
give us
thing
a
does it
map to
perfectly in
remind
10 seconds.
But we cannot afford to
10
rush to
seconds.
the
I'm
line.
not sure. Do it a second time. Who the fuck cares? Put 2 of them in a row.
According to Brett,
It
a
doesn't
combination
fucking
of
matter.
vaccination and public health
Way in
measures
and out every
should
store
help
if you
reduce
want.
transmission. He says the
Outside
data
of
shows a
the-
clear improvement
They have
and a clear path forward.
But only care and caution will protect the gains that we have right now.
Today, the province is reporting 1,138 new cases of COVID-19 and 23 more deaths linked to the virus. Test positivity is at 2%. Phil Martino, 680 News.
Meanwhile, Queen's Park, the government being questioned about Dr. David Williams' testimony before the Long-Term Care Commission.
Now what? From Dr. Williams' appearance before the Long-Term Care Commission, it was revealed the commission received 2,000 pages of notes from Dr. Williams. However, many of the pages were redacted. Opposition leader Andrea Horvath grilling Health Minister Christine Elliott on this.
Why does this look like a stinking cover-up?
In fact, I would say the leader of opposition quite the opposite. Dr. Williams did appear before the commission. However, there were some concerns with respect to some of the entries in some of his documents related to cabinet decisions. It was the impression of council that they needed to be protected and not released.
Meantime, the opposition again accusing the premier of being slow on vaccinations, but he says Ontario is ahead of Quebec.
They haven't even done one single second dose. We've done over 250,000 second doses.
For the Lion Question Period, I'm Richard Southern.
This is 680 News. The York Regional Police Homicide Unit is looking into the discovery of a body in the Keele and Teston Road area of Vaughan. 680's Mark Douglas is at the scene and joins us with the latest. Mark.
Slajana, a body was found lying out in the street near a landfill here at the end of Teston Road at Rodinia Road. It's all industrial buildings and manufacturing plants out here. Police are focusing on the area around the gates to this old landfill. It's been converted into a green space. The discovery of an adult male body was called into police around 8 this morning. A rather rude awakening for the workers in this area.
There were 4 or 5 cops in the morning in a circle staring down at something. Couldn't really see what they were looking at. Shortly after that, a couple hours after that, we were approached by the police because we worked right there. They told us that a body had been found.
From York Regional Police, Constable Laura Nicole says the coroner was called in and this soon became a homicide case.
There was enough evidence for the coroner to determine that the death was suspicious. So I'm not exactly sure what the extent of it was, what type of injuries or what was the cause of death.
Nicole says police do not yet know who this man is. She has no information on his age or how he was killed. She says there were no reports about any gunfire in the area. However, investigators have been seen around this location going through the snow and the mud with metal detectors.
They're built to contain their sound inwards and upwards.
Nicole says investigators will maintain this police presence here for as long as they need to. Reporting live near Cheston and Keele and Vaughan, I'm Mark Douglas.
This is 680 News. From Vaughan to Brampton. A man is 20 suffering life-threatening injuries in a shooting near McLaughlin and Mayfield.
It was early this morning, just after 2:15, when Peel police were called out to Iceland Poppy Trail and Delphinian Way near Mayfield Road and McLaughlin Road in Brampton.
First responding officers did in fact locate evidence of a shooting, began an immediate canvass of the area, and were able to subsequently locate an adult male that was suffering from gunshot wounds.
That 22-year-old man remains in hospital fighting for his life. Peel police are continuing their investigation, trying to figure out exactly what happened, including how many shots were fired, and if there was more than one shooter or vehicle involved. Investigators say there's lots of surveillance video available in the area, so they're hoping to get their hands on as much of it as possible, and are hoping anyone with information as to what happened contacts them. I'm Momin Qureshi.
This is All News Radio 680 News. Could Kyle Lowry be on his way out of town?
Well, just to be clear, there's nothing to suggest that Kyle Lowry even wants to be traded. But if that's the case, then Philadelphia, Miami, and the Clippers are reportedly the teams who would be showing the most interest. A report today comes from Keith Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer, and he says that Lowry would like to return home to play with the Sixers. Pompey writes that the Raptors have told Kyle they would be willing to deal him to a preferred destination as long as they get proper value in return, and that return could be a package of picks, young players, and expiring contracts. Lowry is playing out the final year of his contract, and the trade deadline hits exactly 1 month from today. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, I'm Alex Sixero.
We'll check gas next.
This is 680 News.
You're going to go straight back to sports. You're going to give us 6 sports updates.
Just look for those sweet tears of joy that can only come with the new spicy Szechuan McChicken.
Damn it!
Yep, that's right. Szechuan. Both an extra kick. Sweet, yet spicy. Smooth, yet tangy. I'm getting hungry. It's one of 3 sandwiches in McDonald's Spicy McChicken.
I don't think they're going to do that. I want to hit the gas price there, actually.
Second, to see if it gives you Spice Face at participating McDonald's.
Now, 680 News, gas price update and Pro predicts the price will rise a cent at midnight.
Here's a simple way to increase the value of your home. New appliances.
What if you didn't hear what it was yesterday? You gotta like take a note every day. +1, -2, +3, -4. Like it's. I gotta write that down on my city calendar. They send me a garbage calendar every year with nothing on it. There's no icons on any of the days. None of them. Why? We don't get city pickup. Nobody in the building tends to. This is the city of Toronto. From 1 year, they sent me a second one and said there was a mistake on the first one. I compared them. They were exactly. There was no icons on any of the days to tell me when to put out my garbage. I'm smoking another fucking joint. Fuck it. Oh my god, if I try to do this with the music down, oh my god, what is this?
Et quand t'as des ennuis, c'est moi qui dors, pas de la nuit. On se connaît tellement bien que mon cœur porte la moitié du tien. Je peux même plus les compter. Les fous rires, les secrets, les délires, les regrets, les confidences sur l'oreiller. Mon alter ego, à la vie, à la mort, on défiera le sort. À mon pleur, mes sœurs de cœur. Parce que quand j'ai du chagrin, tu me redonnes de l'entrain. Parce que si j'ai un souci, tu es celle sur qui je parie. Parce que quand on tourne par rond, tu vas faire une blague à la con. Et je vais retrouver mon sourire entre des âneries que tu vas sortir. Parce que tu es devenue ma famille et que tu seras là si je vacille. La vie est un peu moins moche quand à toi je me rapproche. Même à l'autre bout de la planète, tu resteras ma comète. Parce que quel qu'en soit l'ampleur, tu portes un bout de mes malheurs. À la vie, à la mort.
No, it's poetry over an instrument. Thank you. Is that what we're... I'll stop my sentence right there. So this is weird.
A black dress with lace around, let's say, the collar
I can see a partial view of this girl's photo on the headline thing. But no, it's a trick or a trap. I don't know what's going on with this
if you followed the Habs of yesteryear. Anyway, what happened is she was centered out because apparently this was considered to be somewhat inappropriate or might be distracting to, wait for it, a male teacher. And based on that type of criterion by which she had to go home and change, she was embarrassed, first of all, and she went home. Dad said she was crying and feeling humiliated that she was centered out. You can understand, 17 years of age in grade 12. Never easy. Maybe you're an awkward teen and everybody else is snickering and it becomes a meme on social media or it's something that's trending, especially within the school. You know, bullying, that's how it starts. It takes root. So this girl now is very much feeling discomfort. But my question is, when it comes to apparel, because the father was saying this as much, that he's heard all kinds of stories now coming in, I guess, in a show of support or solidarity, that others have felt the same sting of indignity or humiliation because of what they're wearing. So how important is that to kids, and do you get centered out? Look, I was suggesting it. I'm thinking I'm pretty much right on this. I've heard so many stories there, Legion, of kids being bullied over what they wear, which I raise the specter of perhaps the sameness of a school uniform takes this problem off the table. I mean, kids will find some other reason. That's what they do, right? They look for angles in. But in a school uniform,
what she
somehow robs you of individuality and an ability to express yourself through clothing.
Can we highlight how inappropriate it is?
And just a couple of sleeves of tattoos, that might do the trick. Maybe there's a balance to be struck. I don't know. But let me open the lines. I'm kind of curious to know if you've heard any such from your own kids. If you've got kids or if you've experienced this yourself, is there real pressure put on you when it comes to what you wear to school? And I understand there's a certain conformity even without school uniforms to wear the latest styles and logos played big, and having the right shoes. It becomes a real issue. But is it an issue to a point where this girl went home crying? And I had several callers who were saying, what a snowflake generation, that you just go home and change and be done with it. But can you see it as being traumatizing. If your own kids have expressed that to you, have they felt awkward about what they wear or what's been centered out as far as their clothing is concerned in the school setting? I have to believe, I mean, kids can be very cruel at that age, and man, if you've got something that's considered offside,
most people are going to
your Kill the Seals t-shirt, how would that be met in your grade 9 class? I don't know. Just asking. But if there's any feedback on that you care to put forth, I'd like to hear it, because the father was rather emphatic that, you know, first of all, looking at the picture, there was nothing untoward. It seemed rather benign. Sounded to me like the male teacher was the one with the issue of the problem.
Yeah, the thumbnail picture is centered on her tit, and I can't see her face, so it's kind of awkward. That's why I keep avoiding going up. That's really why I keep avoiding reading the story. Now that I think about it,
it's become fraught all kinds of complexities in this particular realm of teen life and in schools when it comes to what you're wearing. Where even the teachers now become, I don't know, they're playing hall monitor, and they are the hall monitor. My goodness, that to me, I think that spoke greater volumes about the teacher's reaction to it. Otherwise, I don't know that anybody would have paid any mind to what she was wearing, and to flag it and to send her home. Send her first of all to the principal's office. Now it's turned into a big brouhaha.
She's wearing a freaking sweater.
But have you, can you relate to that idea, though, that there's something about apparel that makes you a lightning rod for, well, I don't know, everything from gossip, it could be malicious, or in other cases, bullying,
teacher. What was
or
this
just
distracting
people maybe ostracizing you. This girl felt humiliated. Is that a fair thing to say? Or, as again, some people have suggested, just don't be so narcissistic over yourself. It's no big. We'll go home, change, come back to school. No harm, no foul. How do you see it? Paul, I'm going to start with you in Oxford County here this afternoon. I appreciate your weighing in on the Oakley Show. Good afternoon, Paula.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call. I just wanted to say that I'm pretty sure this girl knew what she was doing.
Meaning what?
I have been in high school myself, just 15 years ago, finished it, and I remember myself and other girls dressing pretty revealing. In high school that I went to, nobody ever told us to go change. Sometimes that teacher would make a comment here and there. But I also do remember feeling uncomfortable around male teachers.
Yeah, because they're predators.
I think that was the giveaway and a lesson learned.
Statistically, if you're looking for the predators, look at the male teachers. Any public school.
Well, let me ask you, just out of curiosity, I mean, how were you dressed provocatively? I was mentioning earlier, like a lot of girls at parochial schools, you know, they'd hike up the kilt to try to get the boys' attention. I mean, that's the dance that they do at that age. But how was it that you knew what you were doing exactly?
Well, you know, you have your spaghetti straps and low-cut shirts and short skirts and really tight clothing, and in the beginning of 2000. Yeah.
But this was none of that. This was none of that. I mean, look, there was a little lace at the top of this black dress, the slip-on, but she had a turtleneck underneath. I mean, what could be less revealing?
Yes, but if you look from farther away, it does look like she's wearing just the dress on its own, and it just it's hugging her body. It's not like
the sweater is bright white.
Dress you would normally wear to, let's say, a church,
like a sheet of
or
paper,
any
like
kind of
screen white.
family gathering. Again, yes, she definitely covered herself, and she wore a turtleneck, but she wore a very light turtleneck with a dark dress with lace.
She's holding, you know what? She's holding her phone up to take the picture. I think
you know what you're talking about.
There's some part of her skin you can see in contrast to the shirt.
You can get away with a light turtleneck, and it looks like it's your skin. All right, I got you. Thanks a lot, Paula, for weighing in from Oxford County this afternoon.
But it was my fault. So this little bitch needs to learn that.
Oakley Show's listening, Aaron. Good afternoon.
20 years ago, they were still telling, you should try being gay. You might like it. That was official policy.
I just found it a little insulting to any male teacher that's out there to say that if a girl is dressed provocative, that they're automatically assumed that they're attractive. It's just insulting to men in the teacher profession. I didn't like it at all.
Well, that was the school's explanation, though. That's where the school positioned it. the actual person in charge, the teacher, made that call and said this could be distracting to. I mean, look, that's giving less credit to the men to be able to, I guess, sublimate any kind of evil thoughts they might have, or even to perceive that there's anything untoward with this girl's apparel. It sounds like it's a stretch to me. If it looks like it's a stretch, I looked at the video. Did you look at it? I mean, there's nothing going on there.
Non-predator, not already.
Sorry, you just cutting up on me a little bit, John. But yeah, I understand that the school made that excuse, but to me, it's got a lot of lines. You got to read between the lines. I don't know what this girl's history is. I don't think
it's her history being called into question now.
Get a turtleneck on.
Well, she's
wearing a turtleneck. Everybody's coming out against this girl for doing something wrong.
Downplaying
the implication is instantly the girl did something wrong.
As nubile sensuality. Anyway, I got you, Aaron. I appreciate it. And he tripped himself up by suggesting that maybe her background lends itself. I didn't even want to go down that road. This one was on the teacher, whose perceptions I think betrayed his sensibilities. Jim and Georgina, I'm going to get you in here under the wire quickly on this thought. What do you make of it?
What I make of it is that schools should stick to the uniforms. It doesn't have to be a religious or Catholic or anything like that, but just have a uniform. That way, that kind of eliminates a lot of it. And I dropped my little girl off at school, and what I noticed is a lot of young
could have tried harder to fit in.
Wearing yoga pants and Lululemons, and leaves nothing to the imagination. And 90% of those young girls don't do yoga.
What is this guy talking about?
Well, that's
why is this guy staring at these young girls?
Actually, 90% do. I'd say about 99% don't. I got your point. And you know what? That's the whole point and purpose of Lululemon and their MO, which is why their stock has sort of gone through the roof. I got it. Apparel, though, it's always contentious. We'll leave that. We'll get around to other contentious points of discussion, topics worthy of in moments. David Will, Stephen Holiday, going to join us here on the Oakley Show. 21 past back to the road.
Weirdos in a row.
Chopper traffic. Ari Rabinovich.
Hey, John.
Order, the old dude. Why are you even looking
at
this?
And I do not own yoga pants. True story. And true story as well. We got nothing happening on the highways except volume right now, so that's some good news. And the East 401, that is still slow as you make your way through the 427 to the 400.
She's wearing a fucking turtleneck. That's still.
Alternating express.
She's wearing a turtleneck. It's not like it's Saran wrap or something.
And on the West 401, it's mainly busy from the Allen to the 409. On the way to the 427, it's busy too, but it is improving through there. It's all because of that earlier stall we had blocking the right lane. It's now gone. And also West 401 is busy through the Mississauga construction zone from Mavis to about Mississauga
around all the
Road.
male teachers. Hold on.
Do you or your child carry an EpiPen? If so, you should know when your device expires. Check the expiry date today and visit your pharmacy to renew. I'm Ari Rabinovich, Global News Radio, 640 Toronto Chopper Traffic.
Warm up your week with Pizzaville's 2 pizza special. Get 2 medium pizzas, 6 toppings combined for only $22.49. Make them large for $6 more. Order online at pizzaville.ca.
Jesus Christ.
Et comme le ciel n'avait pas fière allure, et que je ne guérissais pas, je me suis dit quelle infortune, et la lune s'est moquée. Encore moi, elle a dit j'ai pas l'habitude de m'occuper des cas comme ça. Et toi et moi, on était tellement sûrs, et on se disait quelquefois que c'était juste.
So what was the point of this little episode, up and down? Jesus Christ. Yeah, more exploits. So it says grade 12, whatever the order is, the keywords are grade 12 BC girl kicked out of class for, she's wearing a turtleneck. I don't fucking know, that last part. Keep it up and down. Keep it up and down. Keep it up. Give it up. Yeah, so the fucking bar is popping up there. Yeah, I got the notification thing back. This is the system tray, or whatever the fucking term is for all these different. The status bar. But all I need is the tray. I don't need the bar. Status bar. System bar. Notification tray. I need all these different words. There's one at the top and one at the bottom. Right. Right, Grandpa, that is correct. I forgot what I was gonna do with it too. Oh, if I pull up the other tab, it's not gonna help because I cleared all the fucking headlines. I had it learning what I wanted to see in the news, and I cleared it. I didn't do both those things at the same time on purpose. So that must use some type of cookie, because all I cleared was the cookies. That is the wrong way. That's too bad. I had it fucking reading me the showing me the stories I wanted. It was so close. It was so close. This is not good. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know what the actual image is.
Even a G's love.
I don't know what the actual image is. If you ever see the whole thing on my home screen or whatever of Chrome, it shows me all the headlines and it shows a thumbnail, and it's centered on her right tit, unless it's inverted and it's left. It's centered on her tit, which is covered over by quite a bit of clothing. But that's no, because I have 20/10 vision or whatever here. Yeah, I'm very reluctant to click on that because I think it's some type of bait I don't want to be involved in. But I don't see anything. I think the point is that picture's on the front of the news now. Unless there's a uniform at this school, I don't see how she broke any rule. And I don't see how it's her fault about the teacher getting distracted. She gets sent home. Shouldn't we be sending home that creepy teacher? That's fucked up. That is fucked up. She should wear a turtleneck. She's wearing a turtleneck. Like, the implication is that she should remove one of the layers of clothing and make it less revealed. That doesn't make sense to me. And this girl said, oh, it looks like she's just wearing. No, it doesn't. It's bleach white against whatever skin tone. It's a picture the girl took herself with her phone. And that's all I remember.
Man, no homo.
I cleared everything
With
up.
the crew, that's a no-no. I'm hydro when I flow. When I flow, it's tidal. Surf the beat, watch my roll. Grab the mic, kick hard like Tybo. Yes, one team rappers, where your ass at? You and last week, enjoy the last week. But we are it's everlasting. Yes, man, one team rappers, where your ass at? You and last week, enjoy the past week. But we are it's everlasting.
We have a Catholic school board that a teacher. There were two girls that got their father drunk and raped in order to perpetuate the species, and that's a good thing.
Supposed to buy this one, man. A murder thing. Hey,
this is weird contrast.
Back in the day when a nigga had his burner, all these fake niggas acting like a dick ducks, yeah. Cocking back and let it rip, it won't be a first, yeah. In the hood with my gun, niggas know I lurk, yeah. Back in the day when a nigga had his burner, all these fake niggas acting like a dick ducks, yeah. Cocking back and let it rip, it won't be a first, yeah. In the hood with my gun, niggas know I lurk, yeah. All these fake niggas holler when I'm up, never when I start in my hill, I don't give a fuck, homie, I'll pick it up, still my life has been rough, niggas think I won't shoot now. Bitch, on my blood. I'm chopping, I'm getting real hot. Good strap for the cleans, work like a mop. Extended clip with the hollows, that's on my. No side, that's right, rock. Extended clip, hang, click lock. Dirty strap, cleans like a mop. Hey. How many
with the lava. Back in the day when a nigga had his burner, all these fake niggas acting like I didn't cook. So I cock up, I let it rip, it won't be a verse.
There's some weird intersection of AI happening. I only get these notifications of other people going live when I'm live. If I sat here all day waiting for people to go live, I wouldn't get any of this. I guarantee I would. So yeah, I do try and watch what Skynet doesn't come up with.
You ain't on the block, you be talking to the cops, trying to get me knocked in. Kicking the door, looking for a gun. Lame ass niggas, you already bums. Go to bed hungry, nigga, are you fucking dumb? Just that nigga down the block, I made a fucking run.
Technically officially down. I don't need the UV numbers. I need particulate matter and the sunrise and sunset times. Right, if I don't swipe this out of the way.